Okay, so let me start from here. What is decision support system? A decision support system is a computer-based information system which supports business or organizational decision-making activities. The decision which you are taking, if it is helping for your business or organization, then that is considered as a decision support system. And how it is measured? It is a collection of integrated software applications, because we know without software and hardware we are unable to communicate with inside an organization. In our last computer-based information system module, we have understood. So decision support system is a collection of integrated software applications and hardware that form the backbone of an organization's decision-making process. So with the help of a software and hardware, you are making a decision inside an organization, which may be rapidly changing and not easily specified in advance. So because the thing is that every day or every week or every month, you are changing your decisions, you are changing based upon the situation, you are changing your decisions. So it is very much difficult to predict prior to that incident happening. So what it is going to happen inside an organization in next 6 months, from today I am unable to predict that things. Okay, so that's what is saying, that depend upon the resource, that resource in terms of software and the hardware, you are designing a decision support system. Then when should you use the decision support approach? Decision support approach, the decision support approach are very much interactive information system that assist a decision maker in approaching ill-structured problems by offering analytical models and access to the database. That means if something like, suppose I have given you a 5 image and I have given you a slide having 5 bulleted points. I have given you a slide PPT where 5 bulleted points are there, and I have given you 5 different pictures. So what is more interactive? The image is always the interactive to the user, because bulleted points, see here in this slide I have written so many texts over here. If I'll give only a single picture, it is more interactive to you. That is the thing. So here what they mentioned, if it is a ill structure means like very clumsy, the structure of information is very clumsy, like so many data fields are there in your Excel sheet. When you are incorporating the data in your Excel sheet, when you are incorporating your data, so many fields has to be there. So more importantly, there are unnecessary fields also be there. So you have to concise your data so that it will be easy to use, okay, and easy to take some decision upon that. Okay, irrelevant data should not be considered in your decision making process. So these systems are designed to support the decision making process rather than to render a decision. The hallmark of decision support system is flexibility. What do you mean by flexibility? Flexibility means easy to change. Easy to change means today I have make a decision. Suppose after 2 days the system is not working, so that I can able to change the decision which I have already took away. So I can roll back my decision, and I alter the decision to a new decision so that it can work accordingly. Okay, so that the hallmark of decision support system is based upon flexibility. Now the decision support system should be easy to develop, because if it is very difficult to design only, then the implementation will be more complex. Okay, so it should be easy to develop so that everyone can understand and then further implement the things. So end user oriented tools are available for the purpose. So on the other hand, an organizational decision support system used throughout an enterprise should be developed in a well-planned, disciplined process. It's an organized, well-planned and disciplined process. All decision support systems should be easy to use. So two things are taken from this information. So like you have to design something, and it is a combination of a software and a hardware, okay, which is the backbone inside the organization. And it is an interactive information system which offer analytical model to access the database. And more importantly, it should be it is a flexible so that it is easy to use for everyone. Okay. Now, the problems that arise, how the decision support system solve, how it address the problems. So the problems that people in organization face differ in terms of how the structures the problems are, because analyzing the structure of the problem is very clumsy. Okay, so if I'll give you a problem, what sort of problem it is it related to financial problem, is it related to technical problem, is it related to support system problem, what sort of problem? So analyzing that problem is quite difficult, tricky. So that is the extent to which the solution procedure can be started. So once I identify the what sort of problem it is, what the data structure of the problem it is, I can able to give some decision, able to take some decision to address that problem. So the principal domain of the decision support system is support of decision making for semi-structured problem. So there are the three different structured problem, that is semi-structured, unstructured, or non-structured different problems. So for semi-structured problems, where parts of the decision process itself require often very significant computer support. If your decision requires, suppose I have given you a write a program. So without a computer, without a computer, how can you write a program? You can write a program because you can write in a paper, but can it be implemented, executed? No. Without the help of a computer, you cannot be designed. Suppose I will ask you design a layout of a design a 3D layout of a house. So it is more interactive if you use a computer program. Okay, but it is very difficult if you only draw with a sheet on with a pencil and pen. Okay, so that's what it says. So this principal domain of decision support system is support of decision making for semi-structured problems where computer role is significant. The decision support systems are also employed to assist a decision maker facing an unstructured problem, often injecting the necessary factual grounding through access the data. So unstructured data means which is not stored collectively, because when we are storing the information in the database, that is called structured data. If the information is not able to store, that is unstructured data. Okay, so hello. Okay, so unstructured data. So these decision support systems to assist a decision maker. So a decision maker should be there to address this unstructured data so that it can be easy to use. Okay, like if your image informations are there, image information you cannot store in a Excel file. Image informations you cannot store in information. Voice informations are there, voice data is there, can you store in an Excel file? So that is a different database is there. So that is the unstructured data. So to understand this unstructured data, you need to take some decision upon that. Decision making to solve unstructured problems is available, but within a narrow domain. An ill-structured problem contains elements of both semi-structured problem and unstructured problem. So there is a I can give you example like a barcode. Okay, so barcode, even that is an image. First, this is an image where in back side and back on there is an codes are there. So once you scan the things, that is coming out. So that sort of things, that is a ill structure one, because I can't see. I can you categorize that this is an image data or this is an a textual data? I cannot categorize those things because there are codes, but there are images also. So image and plus code becomes the barcode scanner. Okay. So when you're scanning, your scanner must be able to take some decision that whether it is accepting that information or rejecting that information. So handling this sort of ill structured information is very critical. Now what capability of decision support system holds? The model is a representation of something else. developed for a specific purpose. When you're designing a model, you are looking for a particular problem. You should not make it a generalized problem. Suppose you are appearing for an exam, and your exam is you are getting scoring very low marks. But that doesn't mean what decision you will take, the other person is also going to take the same decision. Okay. Objective is same. Appearing the exam scoring mark is same. But suppose you take 2 to 3 hours per day to study the things. It might be not possible for the other person to go for 2 3 hours. He may be 20 minutes or 30 minutes study. So that's what I am saying here. Decision support systems are specific purpose. Okay. You cannot make it them as generalized system. It is generally an abstraction, okay, or a simplification of the phenomenon being modeled. So what is going to be modeled? It's a logical view. You cannot make a physical view from out of from that from the decision. You have make a logical view. Okay, this is going to happen. That is a planning stage. So we are going taking a decision. So a model represents the relationship among the silent aspect of the phenomenon. Okay. Now, the scenario generation and goal seeking with a decision support system. So, two principal modes of analysis are available. What are they? One is what if mode, another is goal seeking mode. What if mode is developing scenarios for solution with assistance of information system, usually decision support system. So, what if means what you are questioning. You are questioning means from the question you are taking the decision. What if it will rain? So I have to take decision. Okay, I have to go with an umbrella. Okay, so that is the thing. They're developing the scenarios for the solution with the assistance of information system. So you have an information system. So like what if it's going to rain? Like you have the data of the last 30 years of rain prediction data. Then you are questioning what if tomorrow is going to be rain? Then your answers from the analysis, you will come able to answer, okay, if it is going to rain, okay, yes, it is going to rain, then I have to take a decision that I have to go for an umbrella when I go out from my home. So goal seeking mode, establishing the input factors necessary to achieve specified goals. So goal seeking mode means, as I discussed, always decision support is a specific model. Okay, so specific goals needs to be addressed. It's not like whatever the goal you are deciding for this object, this project, you can be, it will be the same for the next ones. Like you are reading this subject, you are reading this subject for appearing for this semester. It is not necessary this subject will going to help you in the next semester also. So this is not specific. Okay, specific is when you are requiring that is to be used. So goal seeking mode, establishing the input factors necessary to achieve specific goals. Okay. Now this is the layout of a decision making as a component. What are the components? So this intelligence, design, when choice, first you are using the design intelligence. You are using your knowledge to design something, and from this design you are making some choice. Okay, either this or that. You are making some choice. Once the choice is done, you are going for an implementation phase. Once the implementation is there, then you are monitoring whether the whatever the objective it was for made for, whether it is successfully addressing those objective or goals or not. So this is all about problem solving and intelligence, design, and choice. A combination. The combination of these things are called decision making. So you are using your intelligence. You are using it, creating a design, and making a choice is based upon your decision making approach. Now, what is intelligence? A search of the environment is made to find and define the problem for or an opportunity. Like I have given you a exam. Like suppose in midterm one, I have 5 questions. Okay, given. So few people, what will do? If you know, then you can write. That is your intelligence. If you don't know, you are going to search. Okay, you are going to search multiple pages in online. Multiple, we are going to search multiple pages, and the thing you are you are making a decision that okay, this answer is fit for this question. I will write this question. So that is an intelligence process, because there are a lot of information, so a lot of things are there, but you are not writing everything. You are making a decision that I am going to put this answer against this question. So that is an intelligence system. Okay. Now, design. Several alternative solutions are developed. Like when you are suppose in computer-based informations, I can suppose there is a VCSR has given you a few problems assignments. Okay, so it is the problems can be solved in any way. There are alternative solutions out there, like you can use C programming, you can use Java programming, you can use Perl programming, you can use Python programming, but the answer should be same, because when you are adding two numbers the answer must be same, but the solutions are different. Alternative solutions will be provided over there. So your design matters. If you are writing a C programming, you may need to write 5 lines of code. If you may go for a Python, you may need a 1 line of code. So that is the things what user has to be take some decision. Okay, now the choice. Alternatives are compared to one another during a choice stage. Like how much time? Suppose I have not I'm not using a very fast computer system. Okay, but my friend is using that. Okay, then he is writing a program in Python, and I am writing a program in C programming. Okay, so and we both of you are accessing a same database, same data, same information. So okay, so the size of the data is more than a 1 GB. Okay, so is it really helpful for me, because my system is very much basic, and his system is a server oriented machine. Okay, he is working in a server. Okay, so obviously he is getting more information. He is getting more information in less time. He is extracting more information or processing more information in less number of time, rather to me. So that's why, so making a choice, like based upon the solution, you are making a choice which system you are going to prefer. If you are affordable to pay some that much of amount, then you go for it, so that your time will be saved. So you are making here a choice. Implementation. Solution is implemented and tracked in order to be improved upon. So there is a different approaches. Like suppose you people have heard about array in C programming. We have heard about array. There are other processes also apart from array. You can use other techniques also without using a help of an array, like a function. Okay, you are using a recursion method. Okay, recursion function. Okay, so recursion is what a function is calling again and again same things. Okay, but what happens, without again you are defining at a single time, but it is calling number of times. So in a single programming, you can call in a function at a single time, but in recursion, the same function is calling again and again to the same function and to calculate the things. So this is the difference between the not using a functional calculation to the recursion. So recursion is you are not going to define multiple variables, and the temporary variables are overloaded over there. So that is the advantage of implementation. So intelligence, design, choice, implementation, and monitoring, these all things are components of the decision support system or decision making capabilities. So each of these steps may require backing up to a preceding one step, because first intelligence has to be used, then design has to be done. This is not like the first you design and then you use your intelligence. It is never happens. Like you construct a building, then you think about the planning of the building. It is never happens. So these things are backing. So your planning is backing up on the construction of the building. Like this, each of the steps may require backing up to a preceding one in order to redefine the problem or select a better solution. Yeah. Now, what are the features of the decision support system? The decision support system have several features to offer in the general information system environment of an organization. Specifically, it supports decision making in ill-structured situations. Like as I discussed, we are unable to segregate the informations, whether it's a textual information, it's a video information, it's a audio information, it's a image information. We are unable to discrete the things. So you at that time, this decision support system is helpful to address the problem. Now, it obtain the quantitative results needed for each decision. Like suppose I have a limited resource. I have a limited resource, and I have a very huge task to do. So, what is the time? At what time it will take for me to address that to extract this information? Like I have a 2 GB RAM machine, okay, system, and I have a 20 GB in data which need to be processed. So I have to take a decision. Okay, after 2 days, I will able to extract all the information from these things with use these things. So it's a quantitative results also. Okay, operate in the ad hoc mode to suit the current needs of the user. So, as I discussed, it's a very problem specific one. You are designing your model is very specific. So, you are using ad hoc mode. Ad hoc mode means it is meant for only you. It is not for the other users. So, whatever the operations you are doing, you are making them easier for yourself. And easy modification is to be there, like you can easily modify your decision. Like it's not like that you have created a clumsy a prototype, and after suppose the prototype is not going to work after you months of a time, you are observing that prototype is not going to work. So if it is a very complex one, then it is very difficult to go back and change alter the things. Okay, so it should be a easy to modification. Now first, a high quality decision making. You're it's not like because in an organization you have to be very sincere, and your this knowledge has to be very crisp information, so that the decision which you are going to impose to address the problem is a noteworthy. Okay, it's not like you are just for the testing approach you took this decision. Okay, this is not like hit and try. You go for this, and if it is not working, then you go for this, and if it is not working, go for that. So it's very, because organization cannot afford that much of the time as well as the money for that. So it facilitated the implementation of the decisions, how the you are going to implement the things, and most probably that is user friendly, and give managers the user opportunity to gain a better understanding of their business. So these are the features of the decision support system. Now there are some limitations also for the disease, because you are using spreadsheets, okay, like your Excel or your note book, all these things. So they are limited with the data handling capabilities. You cannot store in the Excel 20 GB of data. Okay, so how you have to think, because you cannot unable to use or operate 20,000 of 20 GB of data in a single Excel. Okay, so and thus cannot be worked with the large databases, because if it is a very large databases, your decision support system might not work always. So they do not allow for construction of more complex model, because that is the thing. Because if your database is very huge, so you have to go for a very complex models. So but decision support system is not supporting that complex models. Modification to spreadsheets are difficulty to keep updated when numerous people are using it, because suppose if multiple users are accessing the same information, okay, if your system, the information which they are going to access is not that much user friendly, then the users which are trying to access simultaneously might get affected, means they are not getting the correct information. Okay. So far, any doubt regarding? Students, any doubt so far? Hello? Hello?
No, sir.
Any doubt, student?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So next we will discuss the component of decision support system. So there are three principal decision support system subsystems are there. What are they? That first is data management subsystem, data model management subsystem, and dialogue management system. We will discuss one by one. So first is data management subsystem. It supplies data to which the model is to be applied. Means it's provide the data availability. It makes the data available to do the analysis. Okay, it relies on internal and external databases. So there are internal databases there are external databases are there. So take both the informations to do the analysis. The power of decision support systems derives from their ability to provide easy access to data. As I discussed, flexibility is the main key of decision support system. The database extract procedures used by decision support system is generally specified by a specialist. Because if you like, when we are creating a database administrator is assigned to that database. He is responsible to either addition, deletion, either any sort of modification that occurs inside the database, because that's why he is the specialist for this database. So that's why I mentioned the database extract procedures used by DSS is generally specified by a specialist such as a database administrator rather than by an end user. So you cannot access or modify that much efficiently the database, who comparing to a database administrator who is specialist and who did some course, who have some grasp, some knowledge about the database. Okay. So the specialist needs to pay particular attention to the what data consistency. What is data consistency? Like in suppose database, you are a student, your name, roll number, address, all informations are there, and your one more time your entries are recorded. So if one more time entry is recorded, it is very difficult. So that if someone asking, okay, someone asking who is Mr. X, so he is getting two informations, two rows information. Mr. X, this roll number, this address. So he is taking, he is getting confused. He is getting confused. Like who is the which entry is the correct one? Which because both are the similar one, which entry is the correct one? So this is a redundancy issue problem. So your data should be consistent. There should not be any redundant informations also. Okay. So that is data consistency. Your information should be very consistent. Okay. Across multiple decision support systems that extract the data from the corporate databases and data warehouses. Data warehouse means where the data are going to be stored. Okay, like you have heard, your Flipkart has a data warehouse system, Amazon has a warehouse system is what, where the data are stored. You can from there you can analyze data are stored, and from there you can extract the info, provide the information to the end user. So the data warehouses are used by many leading companies to support organizational decision support system. Commercial data warehouses for decision supports are emerging. Like you people have heard about E equal to MC square. Okay, so that is a very big company. They have their own data centers. IBM has their own data centers. Many software industries or in corporate industry, they have their own data centers. Why they have their own data center? So because their work can be easily used for their organization. Also, they can provide information or sharing this resource to other companies, and they get benefited from that. Okay, so that is the data warehouse information. Okay. So then model management subsystems. So this is all about decision data management subsystem. So data management subsystem, we have internal and external databases taking the data. Data management subsystem means what? Making available of the data for this taking the decisions. So who is doing these things? There is a database administrator, like for the specialist is to be assigned, and the data are stored in the data warehouse. Okay. The model management subsystem maintain the library of the model. Okay, there are multiple libraries for a particular model. A particular advantage of decision support system is the decision maker's ability to use a model to explore the influence of various factors and outcomes, a process known as sensitivity. Like suppose I can give you example. I am designing a model to predict how many number of patients going to be cured if I provide a drug. Okay, if I'm going to come up with a drug, how many patients who are suffering, they are going to be cured. So what I need to do, I need to create a model using the computer, with the data of their patient sample data. From their patient sample data, I will design a model, or so that I can identify successfully, okay, if these systems are there, these symptoms are there, then in this dose is there for this drug, then this person can be cured. So this management, and it is not like the only one model should be there, so that I have to compare with the other models also. If I change the drug little bit, then what is the effect is there? If I change the features of that symptoms, so okay, this suppose three symptoms are there, and these three doses of this drug, that means this person is cured. So it is not necessary for everyone is getting cured in that system. What if I have to alter the things or little bit shuffle the things? What is going to be the outcome? So you have models, different models, and and you, between the models we have to compare. So model 1, model 2, model 3. You have designed 3 models, and we were comparing between your models, model 1 versus model 2 versus model 3, and you are checking the output, how correctly it is getting cured. What is the better outcome? Suppose your model 2 wins, then you say that okay, you are finally going to tell that the person who is designing the drug, okay, you go with the model 2 because I have tested 3 models and the model 2 is giving you better sensitivity comparing it to the other 2 models. Okay, so next. Okay, so here what happens? There are 2 forms as we discussed: what if analysis and goal seeking and approach. So in model management system, your these conditions are coming, like what if analysis. What if I'm going to use a model 2? What if it comes out? My goal is to cure the patient by giving the appropriate drugs at a particular dosage. So what if I'm going to change the model? What is the like that? So this is my goal seeking, and what if analysis and goal seeking are the 2 components, 2 forms of model management subsystem. Now, next one is the dialogue management subsystem. What is dialogue management system? Like feedback process or questionnaire process. Like if you have seen, people are giving question papers. Question papers means based upon the review. Because when you purchase a product from Flipkart or Amazon, they are giving asking for a feedback. They have a set of a questionnaire, and they're asking if the product's feedback by means of a questionnaire. Okay, so that is a dialogue. Your delivery is there. Because either you are satisfied with the product or there any issue, they are going to be improved. So you have to, they are taking the feedback from the customer. So that's what it says, that dialogue management model suppose the user in applying models to the data. The notable feature is support of multiple forms of input and output. So input and output is the multiple informations are there, because when you are working on a model, we are taking a decision. 100 peoples are there, so you are giving distributed 100 forms to them, and you are like as an input, and you are collecting the feedbacks, that is the output from 100 different persons. Now from the 100 different persons input feedback and the output, the feedback which you receive, you are designing and analyzing, and based upon the analyzing you are making a decision. Okay, so by combining various input and output capabilities of a decision support system, users can engage in the individually selected dialogues that best support their decision making style. Because based upon this feedback, because 100 you have surveyed 100 people. Now out of 100 people, if 70% are saying okay, this product is good, that means that your product is, you can reliable, your product reliability is 70% in the market. Okay, if your product is unreliable, like most of them are 90% of people are saying that okay, this product is not going to work. Okay, then what you are going to like these are the softwares which every day you are seeing that updation, all these things. Why these are updating? Because people are providing their feedbacks. Like this version 1 comes, then the beta version comes, then the version 2 comes, then the version 3 comes. Why these versions are coming? Because they are they're receiving the feedback, and they're improving the software and then bringing back to the market. Okay, so this is a dialogue management subsystem. Now, what decision support system can do for you? That is the classification of decision support system. So the principal classes of decision support systems are those that provide data access system, data analysis system, forecast oriented data analysis system, like what is going to happen, we are predicting something. System based accounting models, we are designing some accounting information. System based on representational model, how it going to be represented. Systems based on optimization model, because there are number of solutions will be or number of models will be designed. Now which model is going to be there, because you have to based upon the maximization minimization effort. So that is the optimization model. Systems with uh, maximize resource, minimize input. Your idea objective will be maximize output. You are getting an output, maximum output from a minimum input. So that is an optimization from model. So system with the suggestion models. So these are the classification of decision support system. Okay. Now we will see one by one what is data access system. Any doubt, student? Any doubt?
Sir, third
Uh,
point, forecast. What is that?
will come when each and every point will going to be discussed. So I'll come one by one. Apart from that, anything else? Apart from that, anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. So first is the data access system. What is data access system? Accessing the data. Simply, these systems can provide user-friendly ad hoc access. Like you can access the same information, I can access the same information, he can access the same information. Both of all of us are trying to access the same database at the same time, but accessing is easy. Okay, so that should be the key things. This capability is equivalent to what is offered in most DBMS, database management systems, through a query language, because you are giving a query and based upon your query, all the information are extracted. However, such systems open up a database, because a database should be there so that easy to access. Database property is easy to access. The DBMS database systems property is the database should be easily accessible. Okay, so that is called data access system. What is this data access system? All these things, these are the classification of decision support system. If you are easily accessing the data, then you can easily making some decisions. Data analysis systems. These systems help analyze historical and current data, because you have previous informations are there and you have today's information. So suppose consider a stock price. Suppose 5 year information of a stock price is there. Now stock is your today's current days stock price informations are there. So what you are analyzing the data, whether the stock is performed very well in the last 5 years, or looking into this current situation with the previous informations you are analyzing that how good the stock is performing in last 5 years till day to day. Okay, so these systems help analyze historical and current data either on demand or periodical data. So data periodical means a year on year, month on month, quarter on quarter. Okay, so data analysis systems are frequently oriented towards the consolidation. Consolidation means aggregation. You are aggregating the data. Okay, such as summarizing the performance of a firm's subunit and representing the summaries in a graph. Like suppose I have a company. Okay, I have a different modules in that company. So this module is giving this output. That module one is giving this output. Module two is giving this output. Module three is giving this output. I have invested number of amount in these three modules. Okay, so in that and end in the end of this period, what I am going to see, I have invested this much in this module, in this module, and this module. What I am getting output from that modules. So I am designing, analyzing that my investment is this and my outcome is this. So in that period, which module is performing better, so that I can reduce the investment in other two modules and increase the investment in the module which is performing better. So this is called data analysis system, or you are aggregating the data. Okay, such as you are summarizing the performance of a firm subunit, and with a graph you are performing these things. Only very simple models are employed in data analysis systems. Okay, they're very simple informations are there. Okay, I suppose I will stop here, because I will to ask